All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's Friday afternoon. And what I think a best way to celebrate a Friday afternoon is we'll do what we call a weekend wind up or a week wind down. And we have a very special guest on today, Pam Perry, who is a PR coach. So earlier today, we got to talk to a coach, and now we get to talk to a coach of coaches, and now we get to talk to a PR coach. Very blessed to have her on. I'm going to share a story before I let her talk. I do podcasts typically on, and these are vidcasts. I got to correct that, Stephen. Stephen's with us, obviously, and I get people yell at me. It's not a podcast, JD. It's a vidcast or a vlog. So whatever this might be, we're going to say it. It is what it is. But Pam was sending me some videos or some pictures. She said, hey, do you want to put something together yesterday? And remember, Thursdays are more of my work day. I'm in the grind. I'm actually driving from a meeting, and I'm getting these pictures. And listen, Pam is beautiful. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, I'm getting spam. So we got it worked out. Pam, so blessed to have you on the show. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, JD. This is good. And thank you, Stephen, the two black and white dudes.
Yeah, black and white dudes right here in living color.
I love it. Well, you can put me in black and white. I could kind of do that too, but you guys, I got on the Zumba green, so it's okay.
I did hook you up in black and white on the profile picture, so you'll be all good there.
Okay, cool.
So Pam, tell us, PR coach. So you're coaching people on their PR. How does that work? What do you do? And what's your philosophies?
Well, one of the main things, everybody is a brand. People don't realize it, that social media has hit the town. So everybody's a brand. They have to have their own personal brand together. They have to really, besides, even if they're in business, even if they work for corporate, they still have a personal brand. So I teach people the marketing or the PR that I've learned over the years. So my traditional career was a publicist. And I would help people get on radio, TV, and print. And this was way back in the day when that was everything before social media. So when MySpace kind of hit the scene, right, it changed the game. And then Facebook just exploded. And then it just became crazy. So not that publicists weren't needed, but people could do it themselves. They can do it themselves. They can tweet to the Today Show producer. They can get on Facebook and connect with a reporter. They can get on YouTube, and who knows what can happen with YouTube, right? They can actually end up on the Tonight Show or Ellen. So really, it's like teaching people those same marketing and PR tricks so that they can do it themselves using social media and building their brand.
Interesting. So just so everybody knows, tomorrow I'm going to go on the Today Show. Well, they're not even on tomorrow because it's Saturday. But they're gonna get tweeted tomorrow. I can assure you of that. That's gonna happen. So
it's happened.
I'm
People
sure it has.
actually connected. Mm-hmm.
So
one of the things, though, people just really have the expectation that they can go from being quote unquote under a rock to going into, in Oprah magazine, but it does take a process. And so I really take people through that process of what they need to do first. And Stephen knows that one of the first bases that they do is they need a website. So having that website developed and robust with search engine optimization is where they need to start first. Then they can build out their other things. But I always tell people you start with the foundation. And then from the website, it's like your capsule online that it contains your media kit, so to speak. It contains everything, your podcast, your YouTube. It contains your history. So you want to make sure that that's set up, because if a producer or editor Googles you and you pitch them, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to Google you. Your website should come up first, not Facebook, but your website should come up first. And then they'll go to your website to check you out. And so you should have everything in order. And then I really teach people branding from there. It's more than pictures. It's really just getting their messaging down so that people know in an instant exactly who you're about and what you do. Because if they don't, the bounce rate for websites is like, boop, first 3 seconds are gone. So you have to really catch their attention.
So internet marketing I've been doing it maybe too long. So bounce rates, things like that. That's like buzzwords, man. You're getting me all excited on a Friday afternoon over here. I don't know what we're doing here.
JD, so some pictures, Little
Right, we got
buzz
pictures,
rates,
we got some
little
I
bounce
know.
rates.
I mean, we
What
got
if I
some
talk about lead capture? What if I talk about lead capture?
oh my goodness. I mean, my biggest passion is online reputation. Maybe
Yes.
more about reviews for more businesses. But I think what I like about what you're talking about here, and I really like to know how you get someone past. I think everybody has a mindset. When what we do, people are scared to get online reviews, right? They're scared. I mean, let's just be honest, scared. So we have to get them over that emotional hump. And what do you do, or I think a lot of business owners, a lot of people that you may coach they want to stay behind the curtain. So how do you get them over that to get in front and let's be the face of your business, put yourself out there, right? How do you do that?
It's so changed. It's so changed. So most of my clients are what they call encore career, people who have been in a career for 20, 30 years, and now they want to be an entrepreneur. And it's like, I've got to put myself in it. I've got to get out there. And so I really work with that mindset about it's not you putting yourself out there to sell, to push, to shove, but to educate, to show your expertise, to really bring value. And so if you're bringing value and you know what you're talking about, you're excited to share. So you're excited to share. So I try to build up their confidence and say, you are the expert. You are the thought leader. You've been doing this for 20, 30 years. You know what you're talking about. You just need to bring it to the forefront. We do need to maybe polish some things up. I mean, obviously, if you're going to do Facebook Live, if you're a woman, you're going to have on lipstick. You guys don't have on lipstick, but
we go in black and white because I have a face that's made for radio.
But black and white is more forgiving. That's true. That is. I like the black and white. I may tell them that maybe we should do that. But get over the whole hump of how you are going to sound because you are an expert. You know what you're talking about, and getting people in that mindset that you're sharing, you're adding value, you're creating content that really gets people excited to want to work with you. And that's the whole point. Get people excited. I go by the 4-step process, the AIDA. You heard of it? Getting their attention, getting them interested, getting them desiring it, and then having them take action. And so you should have a sales funnel that really helps create that whole process, wash, rinse, and repeat over and over again. For them to take action, you need to offer something. So no, don't just get out here and just like, oh, I'm on Facebook Live, but actually offer them something. JD, you were saying that, people are scared of getting reviews. Reviews are everything. It's like word of mouth. I'm advertising PR person my entire career, but nothing beats word of mouth. I mean, when someone gives you like a suggestion to go see a movie or read a book or go to dinner and it's unsolicited, it's like you really take note of that. And that's really what we want people to do, is to really understand that word of mouth will beat everything. I don't care if you buy an ad in the Super Bowl. If someone says, you know what, a good restaurant to go to is such and such. Really? And then you go, it's a real person telling you that, and they're not getting paid. People are distrustful of paid advertising. I mean, Facebook ads work. I don't want to, they do work. But if someone on Facebook just gives you a comment or a review that looks like it's from you, then that really makes more of a difference. So getting people under the thing like, do I really want to put myself out there? Yeah, put yourself in it. Because if you're not in it, you won't win it.
Oh, I like that. If you're not in it, you ain't going to win it. All right.
You ain't going to win it.
Hey, JD,
Nope.
JD, what do you think here? I mean, is she talking our language now here or what?
I hear a lot of energy. I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, I'm all excited over here. I mean, I know it's hard to tell in black and white, but I did put the white shirt on just so I could be offsetting colors a little bit. See, I did think this through.
That you got to think it through. You really do. You have to.
Stephen was changing clothes 5 minutes before this podcast. I watched.
Yeah, I saw, but I got to get spoofed up. I mean, here, Pam's coming on. Can't look like this.
You got to do a brand check. And even when someone takes a picture of you when you're out somewhere and they says, well, let me take a picture of you or whatever, or they're going to do a selfie with you, just say, well, let me do a brand check first. Because you don't want that picture to be out there and you're looking right. It's like, let me brand check that. And you just go, say, nope, let's take that over. Because sometimes people post pictures of you and your eyes are closed. It's like, what? They look good, but you look crazy.
So
they don't care.
So we're going to a family reunion this weekend. I'll make sure I brand check. I got that. Okay, so I check box that brand check.
Yes, brand check.
Hopefully my wife is taking notes for me right now. She loves to do that for me. Actually, my best critic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, to get a person from behind, and let's just focus in on that, right? How do you get people to take action? Because it's hard. It's got to be the toughest thing because they want to perfect it before they do it. And I have a phrase, Pam, I think you might like. I call it the MIA. It stands for massive imperfect actions. Because you have to start somewhere. And then you perfect it as you go. So Pam, let me ask you this. When you rode a bike the first time, were you perfect at riding the bike? Perfect balance, able to turn the corners and everything, or were you a little wobbly?
I was very wobbly. I didn't want to give up the training wheels. I was like, I'm good. No, I'll stick with training wheels. I know I could do the training wheels. Like, no, we got to take them off. Let's just take off one training wheel. I'm like, no, we're going to keep both training wheels on and I'm good. And I mean, if my parents didn't make me take those training wheels off, I probably would have rode those training wheels for the rest of my life.
I got my daughter's bike out here for you, Pam. It's got training wheels on it. You're good to go. Come ride bikes with me. So think about that though, right? You had to get on there, not ride it perfect, because if you wanted to be perfect, you'd never be riding a bike. And that's where you're learning how to balance and you're adjusting.
Okay.
I think he froze here for a minute.
Nope, she's all right.
Okay, he's back.
Okay.
So that's my thing is like massive imperfect actions. You got to go. You got to start somewhere. And so Pam, let me ask you this. You're a business owner. And I say, hey, Pam, I want you to experience something. Because I could tell you how good we are at getting you on positive online reviews. And I could tell you all kinds of stuff. And I could tell you about everybody else's performance. And that probably is somewhat interesting, but it's not you, right? So if I said, hey, Pam, I have this product or I have this process, and I want you to try it for free for 5 days. Now, Pam, you're a nice person. After 5 days, if this isn't a fit for you, I understand. And you know what? We'll probably still be friends and we'll do some podcasts. We'll do whatever, right? Life is good. What's going to hold you back from doing that?
An incentive.
An incentive. So all the reviews you get, all this positive juice you get to keep for free. I'm not charging you. My team's going to work for you for free for 5 days. You're not going to. All you have to do is give me a list of your clients for the last 30 days so we can put names into our platform, right?
That's a good incentive. That would be a good trade-off. That's what they call a no-brainer.
So what happened?
Right.
That's what you and I call a no-brainer. You know how hard it's like. Have you ever? I'm not that good of a dentist, but I call it pulling teeth. I call it pulling teeth to get someone to take that action. Believe it or not. And
what's the catch?
Yeah, what's the catch? There's no catch. The catch is you got to hear me talk. So, but what happens, Pam? And this is the coolest thing. What happens is now these people
in the mic plant in the box.
These people get to experience this paradigm shift, and
I get that one too.
I
don't know if it's gonna work.
Wait a minute now. We're trying to talk some serious stuff.
I know. Yeah, I just was jealous because everybody has a mic, and I was like, I want a mic. I was like, Mark, give me my mic. And I have another mic flag. It's in that box too over there, Mark.
Oh, wait a minute. You're all into the equipment, right? That's the deal here?
I like the technology. I love the technology.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I know. I mean, she totally blew your whole
I know. I was going right down that path of an experience.
I'm sorry.
I know the experience, and she brings out this gigantic mic.
That mic's as big as the picture.
And it doesn't work that well either. It's just big.
You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to zoom in.
Let's watch our language here.
Okay. It's in the box.
Let me get my mic as big as Pam's here, so I can zoom in, please.
Yeah, it's still too small.
Still too small. Move my camera. Be like,
wait a minute here. Let me see what I can do. Here,
oh, there you go. I'm
There you go.
my camera's too far away. I can't do that.
Oh, no, but wait.
Oh, no.
A mic flag.
A mic flag. Okay, I'm getting one. You know what? I'm going to put
Branding.
it right there. Kickstart.
But branding, though, if you are going to speak, you should have branding everywhere. So branding on your headset, branding on the mic, all that. Like you've got branding on your shirt.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
What about that? Can you read that? Behringer backwards?
Yeah. That's yep.
I'm gonna put Bizinga across the top of it.
It is. That's what people do.
But what about earbuds?
You know what we need, JD, is we need some shirts.
I got some pullovers ordered.
That's part of it. But I think even on a mic flag on yours would look good. A Bizinga.
I took action. I just haven't completed the process.
Mm-hmm. Does this read backwards or does it read forward?
Yours reads right. I don't know what mine reads.
It looked backwards, but that's okay. I think because you're the host. I think because he's the host is backwards.
Yeah, he's backwards.
Because he's the host.
Definitely backwards.
I do that on purpose because you think that this is my which hand is that to you? My left or my right?
That's your left.
Oh, so it must be right. I don't know. That is my left hand.
Okay. Here's my left. Here's my left. Here's my right.
Right now, there's a bazillion people watching this going, what in the heck are these guys talking about?
Wait, can we get back to reviews?
Yes.
Can we get back to reviews?
I'm going to tell you. That is.
What is the best review company, though? Is it Yelp? People check Yelp?
Best Buy or Facebook.
No, the best review company is Bizinga.
Right.
Oh, okay. But Bizinga puts them on another site, though, right?
Yep. Yeah. It's Google. I mean, look, 89% of all searches start on Google, and that's a huge number. So Google is probably the most valuable review where people see them.
Just a full disclosure, my daughter's actually going to be working for Yelp when she graduates from college.
You shouldn't have told me that.
Oh, man.
You're about to open up a can of act right that you just don't want to hear.
Uh-oh.
Well, maybe
I'll let her watch this, but they did recruit her from Michigan State University to work for Yelp in Chicago. And so I asked her, I said, what's the number one, who is the competitor against Yelp? And she says, they have no competition. I'm like, oh my goodness, she's brainwashed already.
TripAdvisor.
Okay. Yeah.
TripAdvisor, I didn't know that Michigan State was raising extortionists, but okay. She's working for the right place.
She's working in Chicago. She'll be going. Well, she's just more interested really in going to Chicago.
It's good. I'm happy for her. I'm very happy for her. If she can take some of their money away from them, I'm okay with that. So.
But really, that's one of the things that I really started looking at online reviews, how important it is. It is everything. Google is probably the main thing, getting people to do the Google reviews, but it's just getting people to do the reviews. I mean, even I help people promote books, so getting people to do Amazon reviews, it's like pulling teeth. It's really like pulling teeth. It doesn't cost them anything. That's what's so cool about our platform, Pam. We make it easy for the consumer to leave the review. So making that process easy, opening up the box so that they can start typing and leave the review, all that good stuff. And so that's why we get results that we get. And if you try to do it on your own, it's going to be very difficult. If you use a platform, it's probably going to get you better results. So Pam, what is the toughest, hardest, worst thing to have to coach somebody through from a PR standpoint? From a PR standpoint, really getting them to understand who their target audience is, because they will say, who are you trying to reach? If it's an author, everybody. Okay. You have enough money in your bank account to reach everybody in the world? No. Okay. So let's peel it back. Let's figure out who it is you're exactly trying to target. And again, they said, well, my book is really for everybody. And Stephen knows I tell him this all the time. The only book that's for everybody is the Bible. Okay. Your book has a target market. So then they kind of think about, you're right. Okay. So now it's like, okay, so if we have a target market, where do they hang out? online? Are they on Twitter, on their Snapchat? Where are they? On their Facebook? If they're in reading magazines, what kind of magazines, what kind of radio shows, what kind of podcasts are they listening to? Because I said, you can even do advertising in certain podcasts that you know your target audience listens to, and you can do a spot within that podcast. They never think about that. They just think, oh, I want to get on the Today Show, Good Morning America. I said, but you know what? I said, most working people probably aren't even watching regular television. So they're probably listening to podcasts on the way to work. So if you could have a podcast or even that you advertise in where you're reaching the right people, you only need the right people to hear your message. So that's really just getting them to understand that I'm not trying to be everything to everybody. I'm not trying to be the mass media. I just need to know my target and really zoom in on that. Because in your target market will see you repetitively and then will buy.
Do you help them research that?
Yes. I show them how to research that. A lot of it has to do with focus groups. And so they then kind of like get into this whole thing of like really looking at their Google Analytics, who's really coming, into their to their website, where they're coming from. They're looking at their profiles to see what type of person it is. And it's really a lot of times.
You've been talking to Steven too long. You're talking all this Google Analytics and all this digital marketing analytics stuff.
It has changed the game. It really has. It has changed the game. And it is so easy. I mean, Mark worked for a traditional advertising agency, and they would spend thousands, if not millions of dollars on market research. And I'm like, you can just do your own market research by just getting Google Analytics and just figuring this stuff out.
Hey, how much does that cost, that Google Analytics thing? How much does that cost?
Free.
Oh, okay. I thought I had heard that before.
Free. It's free. I mean, you can use some other services too, Sprout Social, whatever that or Clicky, they cost a little bit of money, but even they have free versions. So, but you need to know the numbers to know who your target audience is. So that's the hardest thing, getting them past who their target audience is, because what happens is they see other people. Well, they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're on here. I'll get there. I'll go here. I'll go get here. And it's like, but is your target audience really there? I mean, just because you see them on Instagram, if your audience is like 55 and older, I doubt if they're going to really be all up in Instagram. They'll probably be all up in Facebook.
Yeah, I'm all up in Facebook. I have an Instagram account because I have children that I have to watch, but that's about it.
Right.
And they're my kids. Just so be clear on the podcast here, they're my children. I'm not watching other children. Make perfectly clear.
Right. But yeah, that's how I really got in this whole social media game. I mean, my daughter was like, I'm going to get into this whole social media. I was like, oh, I'm going to go everywhere you go. So just, being right there. I mean, like right now I'm on Snapchat, and she's like, are you really on Snapchat? And she's looking. I said, will you let me be? I said, will you accept my friend request on Snapchat? She said, never. Yeah.
Oh, it's a requirement in my household. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Snapchat.
But I'm on the other ones, but Snapchat is the one where not. But she can follow me, but I can't see her. But it is a way where every marketer can go on a different platform, reach their direct target audience with a direct message in their language, and then people will convert and buy. Well, they may not necessarily buy from social media. Steven knows that we always talk about the sales funnel, that they get on an email list. Then you talk to them. Then you build a relationship with them, and then they will buy.
So I have a theory, and I think you might like it. And because I like this theory so much, I'm going to pull it up on the screen, and maybe we can discuss it. How does that sound, Steven? You like that idea? You all right with that?
Let's see that. Let's see that pyramid.
Where's my share screen? Here we go.
Let's see that pyramid, JG.
It's not a pyramid scheme, Pam.
I love it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Be found, be heard. And I can't see the bottom one. Be found, be heard.
Up top is be chosen. So be chosen is online reviews or, your reputation. Mm-hmm. Be found, online search. We typically work with local businesses or, kind of that local 3-pack. And then be heard. Message can be heard in social media. And that's really where it's at these days, right? That is a pyramid scheme right there, and it works. Make millions.
But it is the formula. That is the formula that really most.
Uh-oh, did we lose Pam?
You got to raise the
Don't really have. They
bandwidth.
really don't. Can be
She's still talking, but that's okay. You sound great, Pam. Just
out there,
wonderful.
just in the river, in the ocean. Okay. Yeah. So that is the formula. That's the key.
That is a great explanation, Pam. Thank you so much for that. You cut off for a second. That was awesome. And we were over here talking while you were blabbing.
Oh no. Because it said my internet connection was unstable. I'm like, it's unstable.
You have to call Comcast or whoever it is. Say, hey, I got this message. It says I'm unstable. What does that mean?
Right. They'll probably blame it on the storm outside.
It probably is. You guys are getting a lot of snow up there, right? Is that going on right now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It's like a snow day.
So Pam, now Steven's a little bit older than me, so this isn't in the same time frame. Do you know that we actually graduated from the same high school in Fort Wayne?
That's what he told me. I
Believe
couldn't
that?
believe it.
Didn't even realize it until just a few weeks ago, right? I mean, we were just talking
Right.
about it. And I was like, I'm going to Fort Wayne. He goes, what are you doing in Fort Wayne? I said, I'm going to go see my mom or whatever, And he goes, I graduated from blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, yeah, me too.
The same high school. Now,
Yeah.
was this a large high school, like thousands and thousands, or?
No, it's a private high school. So it's Concordia
That's
Lutheran in Fort Wayne. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, see, that's different because I grew up in Detroit, and so I went to Cass Tech. So when people say, oh, you went to school, where'd you go? Cass Tech. Well, we have 4,000 in our graduating class. So it's like, oh, okay, well, that's not a big deal, but that's a small school. And it's like, it's really.
I mean, Stephen probably only graduated with 5 people in his graduating class. So, I mean, it was small. The teacher took attendance like this. She put her fingers over top of, if I can put a finger on each kid here, they're all here. Okay.
No, I graduated third in my class, which
Out of 5.
3.
Oh, out of 3. Oh, okay. Well, that's not good. That's not good.
Hey, just stick with the top 3. It's all good. So Pam, so we talked about the tough thing, right? The hard thing. What's the most rewarding thing in what you do in person? What's your personal conviction that just?
Yeah, I think the most rewarding thing is really taking someone who is, I guess you would say, a lump of clay to a diamond. So I do that through my mentoring program. It doesn't happen overnight, but someone who has an idea for a book or for whatever that they want to do, primarily it's a book or they want to speak, and they're not really sure how to get out there. And then I take them to the point where they're almost like a household name. They are featured in magazines. They're all over television. They're in podcasts. They're in demand speaker. They're on the cover of magazines, things like this, where they really, it's like, oh my God, my dream is coming true. So when I see people, when they explain to me what they want to do, and then I say, okay, we just need to put together an internet marketing campaign, social media marketing campaign, influencer marketing campaign, media marketing campaign. And so we put all that together. It's like a soup or a cake. We put all the ingredients together. And then after 6 months or so to a year, they actually then see the fruit of their labor. Like, oh my God, it really happened. I was in the grocery store and someone asked for my autograph. I mean, not like that, but it does. To them, it's like that. It's like, oh my God, I went from not being known to now, people know me, people recognize me, and they hear my message, and they're calling on me to either speak, do a workshop. They're asking me to come on interviews. So that's the most rewarding, because I can see their dreams coming true. So that's the fun part. So I do that in my mentoring program, which is 6 months. It used to be, where I would do mentoring and it would be 3 months, but it really takes longer. It really does, just to get the mindset right. And so for them to really work with me to figure out what it is that they, first of all, figure out their target audience, and then we can get them to the point to where they want to go.
So from clay to a diamond by making a cake. So hopefully my wife is still taking notes that we're going to make some diamonds tonight. I usually say it's done like coal to a diamond with pressure and force.
It is.
Because you have to change, right? You have to be willing to force yourself to change.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You have to activate. So I need people that are coachable, kind of like the coach you were talking about. It's like, I will not take someone on as a client if they are not going to take action. So they need to take action. So if I suggest to them to go and speak at a high school, even though they won't get paid, because I know that's going to sharpen their skills. If they say, no, I really don't want to do that, or I just thought my first speaking gig would be like $5,000. Like, no, we're going to start at the high school, and I'm going to watch you and see how you handle kids. And if you can handle high school kids, you could then be ready for a big stage of, and get paid $5,000. But I want to measure how coachable you are. And that's one of the main things. So the clients are really, mm-hmm.
So if somebody wanted to get involved into your coaching program, how would they go about that? Where would they find you at?
It's really, the URL is PamPerryMentoring.com. That's it, PamPerryMentoring.com. And I bought the URL, and it's like it has a video there, has a link.
I bought the URL.
I know. I bought the URL. So it's definitely there. It forwards from the other one, but we did that. And we have a video there with me and my dog. But it's just really the dog. People say, well, why do you have the dog? I said, just to let people know that it's not a hard mentoring program. I'm very approachable, very human. A lot of people think like, oh my God, I can't take another class. Well, no, this mentoring program, I meet you right where you are. And so we're going to I'll walk you through it step by step. And basically they have all the information that they need.
And do you do anything outside of maybe the PR side? Do you help businesses by chance, or is this typically just straight up just individuals?
No. We help businesses as well. Mostly nonprofits and churches. So those are the organizations that we work with. That's like our niche.
Oh, wow. That's a tough niche there, young lady.
Yeah, I've been in it for a while.
All right.
Yes, even though I've been in it for a while. Was called to it in the year 2000. So I've been doing that for a while. I've had a lot of success though. I've worked with like T.D. Jakes, a lot of mega preachers, mega churches and things like that. So it's a rewarding, it's definitely a calling. I mean, I didn't pick it. I think it picked me.
Yeah, that's typically how this all happens. I mean, believe it or not, that's what happens.
Right.
I had a colleague the beginning of this year to start doing podcasts. I said, "Hey, Steven, you want to be a co-host?" And he's like, "Oh, what? What are you gonna do?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm just gonna get a mic." I did. So your comment on this mic. I just went and got a mic, and I got a little Focusrite. I did some little research and got a little webcam up. That's actually a webcam, believe it or not. It's just a webcam, and we're doing it. And so do we do it perfect every day? No.
No.
But, boy, I tell you what, we have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I just tell people, I said, just get going. It doesn't have to be perfect. When I started this magazine, this is the last one, but the first one that we did, this is the first one, or one of the first ones. And I don't know if you could tell the difference in the paper. Well, this one is like very, very flimsy, but now this one is like a real magazine. But we just had to get going. I couldn't wait till I found the right look and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you just have to get going with what you have and improve as you go. Now you can't stay the same. If it's not right, you can't stay the same. You always have to improve. And so you take
Now, Pam, I got to tell you this. When you start holding those magazines up, hold them still because they're waving all over the place.
Right. I'm getting dizzy over here.
All right. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Okay. So this was the first one. Kind of light, kind of flimsy. And then this one. So this was in June. We do them every month.
What about this young lady that you have there, this latest one now? Who is this person?
Her name is Felicia Davis. She's a leadership coach, transformational leadership coach, and she has a conference coming up in Arizona. So what we do is we actually go to her conference in Arizona at the end of the month, February 24th, and it's called the Black Women's Collective. And basically what she does is she brings, her background's in HR, she brings Black women together and they will be transformed through the leadership conference that she's going to be holding. So so that's her.
Okay.
And she's fabulous. I mean, but one of those things is like under the radar, you wouldn't really know about her, but she is fabulous. It's like, wow, okay, I didn't hear about her. She wasn't in the, Good Morning America, but it's kind of like one of those things like, you know what, you need to be there. And so Felicia's been doing this for a long time. Felicia R. Davis, she's been doing it for about 10 years. So
she's going to Phoenix at the right time of the year, obviously. Stay a little warm. Get out of Michigan. Oh my goodness, Detroit right now is getting hammered. Just so everybody knows, if we got people all over the country, but yeah, you guys are getting hammered right now by us.
Oh my God.
Put it up. That's probably what I expected to see on those pictures you sent me.
It's like crazy. But Phoenix is one of the things that we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing photo shoots there too, because Giselle Bonds, she's a great brand photographer. She's going to be there taking pictures. So one of my clients will be going, and so we'll be taking pictures in the golf course and outside with the, you know, Phoenix is known for cactuses and that sort of thing. So you can't get those shots here in Michigan outside. So you have to travel to Phoenix in order to get the brand shots.
And
so,
what's the first thing we gotta do after we take a picture? We gotta do a brand check.
Oh yeah, she does a brand check.
She does a brand check.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Stephen,
definitely.
I'm gonna need you to start working the brand check, please.
Okay, let's see here. Look. Okay.
I love it. I think it's so cool. You know what? It's funny. You know, my wife does it too. My kids take a selfie with mom, and she's like, "Let me see that first. You gotta check that out." And I'm like, "What are you?"
That's it.
What are you worried
about? That's it. I just took a picture of us, so it's just like, okay, I'm making sure that everybody. I don't know if you can see it. Everybody is right.
Baller.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Well, listen, thank you so much for coming on the show. Hang on, don't hang up. But everybody, you got to check out my girl Pam Perry, PR master. I mean, you talk about taking your.
Give us the URL again, one more time.
PamPerryMentoring.com.
PamPerryMentoring.com. And listen, that's a whole different world, right? We talk about advertising on Facebook. We talk about advertising, you know, social, local, or organic search. And we talk about reviews and all this stuff. Have you ever thought about PR? And if you haven't, you should. And if you do, you should call Pam, because she is just one of the best ones out there. So,
thanks, JD. Thanks, Stephen. This is cool. Yeah. I like this.
Thank you, everybody. And we look forward to seeing you on the next week after the nice wind down weekend.
Yeah. What's up?